In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Google Docs. So as you can see, I am in Google Drive, and so I'm going to create a new document by going to New and choosing Google Docs. Now there's just some things I'd like to point out to you. Otherwise, everything is very similar, not as robust as Microsoft Word, but similar to most things that you're going to use. So if you go through it, as you can see, your text you can change, your fonts, your size. Notice the font size default is 11. Your bold, your italics, and basically things like that in centering and all are the same type of things you see in Microsoft Word. But there's at least one major thing that frustrates people, and I'd like to demonstrate that on what to do, and that is there's nowhere where you see columns. And what do you do with columns? How do you create columns? Well, Google has set it up by using tables. So if I go to a table, make sure you put the cursor where you want to put the table, or the columns I should say, because that's what we're really after. And then choose the size of the column. So I want something, a space between each column. So I'm going to go to 5. So at least we save 5 spaces. And then I can go down whatever far I need to do. Just because it shows so much, you can do a lot more if you want. I'll just do 3 for now. And I've chosen, there I have a table. Now you may say, well, that doesn't look like a column to me. Well, first of all, let me put something in them. And I said I wanted a space between each one, so I'm going to put something in every other one. There, now I have things in my columns. It still looks like a table, so this is the next thing. Take your mouse, put it in the center of the table, and then right click and go down to Table Properties. Click on Table Properties, and then under Table Border, make it a 0 point, and then hit OK. And now you have columns. Now you may look at this and go, well, I really don't want the columns to be that spaced apart. I want them a lot tighter. Well, and notice I can find those in between ones and fill them in if I wanted to. But let me show you another way of closing the columns up. And so I'm going to put in another table. But this time I'm going to make it much bigger so that everything is closer. Again, I'll just choose 3. Doesn't matter, I can go as much as the paper can handle. Now notice they're a lot closer. So if I go in now and do every other, and again, I take my mouse and put it anywhere on the table, right click, Table Properties, change table border to 0 point, and now this time I have my columns are a lot closer. So that's how you would create columns in Google Docs and you use Google Drive. This ends this tutorial.